people per department and be like, "You got some Roxy's?" And they'd be like, "Yeah, let's go out back."
Oh yeah.
And it's just
I
like
mean,
that's just what you did at that job.
that's
I mean,
it.
and it was everyone, and like the same guys that you would sell to or help out or whatever, however you want to phrase it.
Right.
Fast forward 2 years, that guy's your boss's boss, and he's still getting stuff from you.
Yeah.
And you're
There.
like, dude, you're in meetings with the VP, and I know that you came in late because you couldn't
You met
score
me in the
last
parking lot.
night.
Yeah, to get some oxys.
Yeah, there's someone that was doing meetings with the VP once a day and the plant manager every 2 to 3 hours, and he would show up late if he couldn't score the night before because he did not have
Had
his wake up Roxy.
Yeah,
He
had to.
would come into work late and drag his feet until one of his boys came in, like at like 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. He would just sleep in, and then that way he could come straight to work and get a 30.
Jesus Christ. I have like a similar situation. One of my friends is he like works in insurance, and his check this week, I'm not even lying, he sent me that bitch, was 15,000 fucking dollars. And he like this kid does does everything you could imagine. Like he's doing Molly, he's taking Adderall, he's doing lines, he's high as fuck, he's taking shots. Like, and this kid, he's fucking 22, man. Like, just doing
Yeah,
everything in the world and then coming home with fucking bank. That is
that's
cool.
that. Yeah, that's that Joey Diaz life. I mean, like when you're that young with those kind of paychecks, like the
And he was
first time
already
I
rich.
got,
Like, he was already rich. His dad has a fucking Tesla. Like, the man has big money. And now he's rich on his own.
I mean, yeah, good
Damn.
for him, right?
Yeah, that's fucking sick. Except for the fact that he stole weed from me one time. Like, all I would do was
Fucking
ask,
dickhead.
and I would have given it to him for free, but he decided to steal the shit from me. So I don't really fuck with him, but he's cool.
Okay, so me and my buddy had this talk like maybe like 2, 3 weeks ago, and I am the same way as him, where I can literally think of someone's name and be like, that motherfucker owes me an ounce from fucking 10 years ago, and I will punch that motherfucker in the face if I ever get a chance.
You got a list?
No, man, no. I mean, that's kind of fucking incriminating, but like, but you remember those names. I'm that way where it's like, this motherfucker. You'd be
Yeah.
like, you remember those people, and
But
you're
like,
just like, I can't forgive it. You stole from me,
and it's like the thing
and
is
it's
like
not about the money. It's just the
exactly.
principle.
It's way more important than the fucking $20 of weed that he took. Like this is some kid that I've been running with since I was 15 years old, right? Like it's like, dude, I've stolen weed from my dad to give to this kid for free, and he's gonna take my shit? Like no way, dude. That is just crossing the line.
Um, yeah, it's the principle to me. Hey, real quick, I'm looking at a list of 14,000 dead people who voted in Wayne County, and I'm also looking at a list where you can verify it.
14,000 dead people voted
Yeah, it's on
in
Twitter. I'm
Georgia.
tagging. No, hold up. Let me tag Flo. Wayne County, Detroit.
Detroit.
Oh, I
I
thought you
know
said Florida.
somebody also said there was gonna be some kind of demonstration in Chicago as well.
Did you put it? Where did you put that? Did you put it in
I
the?
tagged. So no, I tagged him on Twitter. Sorry,
Oh no, you're good.
I'll
I'm
throw
trying to
it in
dig through
the.
this shit. I figured you could put it on screen or however you two communicate.
I can't. Can I look at the stream without hearing like double?
You're gonna have to mute the stream.
Yeah, you can just turn the
Okay,
sound
okay,
off.
okay.
Oh no, it's Twitter. Hold up, I'll just go back. Let me just post it in the chat. Are you
Because
on the
my
general
Twitter
Discord?
handle, yeah, my Twitter handle is my name, so I'd rather not.
No. We're not doing that on stream here.
Yeah, we don't.
I
I'll
got
just
it. I
copy
found
and
it.
paste it.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
in the general channel.
All right, let me look at that.
You tag Stone Toss in it.
Oh, did I? I mean, I got it. I saw it from Stone Toss.
Oh no, you're just
Dude, I
replying.
love Stone Toss.
You're just replying. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah. I like Stone Toss, dude. The guy's fucking genius.
Holy shit! I'm looking at the Twitter. I'm looking at the tweet. Oh my god! That is insane.
Okay, so you can't vote in the number third
Potentially
by registering,
offensive
blah, blah, blah.
content ahead.
So, hold up. Okay, so you have to copy and paste each name, because I'm looking at the second list.
Oh, and you have to do the birth
Okay,
year.
hold up. Let's search by county. Hold up. Well, let's do Benzie County.
Alright, let me see.
Yeah, you have to copy and paste each name. It's a lot of doing.
Yeah.
And like everyone else on Twitter, I'm not going to check it. I'm going to say that someone else did it, and I'm going to repeat this as truth.
Well, I'll
Right,
do it.
Stone
they
Toss
just-
I'll do it
retweeted
later,
it.
it's
I
just a
trust
little-
Stone Toss. I bet Stone Toss did
He
it.
makes some pretty funny
Yeah.
cartoons.
Yeah, I bet that guy totally fact checked 14,000 names. I would believe that. Yep, that's the truth.
That's it right there.
And moving on. Michigan Attorney General pleads with public to stop telling her staff to shove Sharpies up their butts.
Oh my gosh, that's a 4chan thing, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Sharpie
is-
and Pooper.
Yeah, what is Sharpie and Pooper for?
So you would have girls who, so like tits would get the fuck out. You could occasionally convince a girl to put a Sharpie
Okay,
up
so
her
it
butt
was
and take
just
a picture.
yeah, it was an alternate form of tits or GTFO.
Yeah.
Wait. What?
So on 4chan, do you know what that is?
Yeah.
You know how like everything's anonymous on there?
Yeah.
So the rule was that if a girl broke the anonymity and said that they were a female, it was tits or get the fuck out, and you had to like post a picture of your tits with the post ID and Sharpie on it. And then so
Like timestamp.
Yeah,
Like the date on a piece of paper so you know it's real.
A variation on that would be Sharpie and Pooper. So I think that's what they were doing. They were like spamming that to her staff.
Well, yeah. Well, I think they were just telling them just to go fuck themselves.
God, that is hilarious. Sharpie
Okay,
and
so
Pooper?
listen to this post from Poll. Okay, so
it's an OG meme.
Okay, so listen to this poll post. Okay, so this is an explanation of 6D chess, and it actually does make sense. Okay, so Trump wants the vote to continue. Okay, why? CISA watermarked all ballots that were sent out to registered and legal voters before Election Day. The Democrats did not know about the watermark. Trump told them about the watermark just before all major swing states froze the counting thing. Okay. Dems panicked because their fix was already implemented and froze counting so that they didn't have to call it. And Trump can't audit the ballots to prove that they're fakes, okay? Because there's not a watermark. Think of this. He told them about the watermark. They panicked. They stopped counting. They can't keep counting because there's not watermarks on the fake ballots. Trump wants the vote to finish, but he's tweeting stop the vote so the Dems have to take the opposing viewpoint and finish the vote. This is a stall tactic because they can't continue counting because they're not watermarked, but he's forcing them to continue.
So how can he do that?
Well, it all goes back to if Trump says anything, they have to take the counter argument, right? So
Right.
he knows that they fucked up because their fake ballots don't have a watermark. And he knows that they're not going to keep counting. Like, it's been 2 days and nothing else has come in? Like, nothing has really come in the last day or two, right? As far as votes.
Yeah, just little numbers like.
Yeah. Because all of it goes back to the watermark. They're fucked. They can't do anything. Because if they get audited, they can't turn those ballots in. So if he's saying, yeah. So by him saying, I think we should stop the voting, I think we should just freeze everything. Let's fuck it. Let's not do an election. Let's see what happens. Therefore, they have to take the counter argument and say, no, fuck you. I will count every single ballot. And he knows if they turn those ballots in, because if you count it, you got to turn it in. It's going to fail the audit, and he's going to catch them cheating.
See, man, this guy knows what the fuck he's doing. Like, he is not
All jokes aside, there is a little bit of truth to the 4D chess. Because you got to think, though, it's not just Trump. He has a bunch of people working for him. That's like,
absolutely.
how do you play chess like a fucking master? Because there are guys who help politicians who no one knows their names. They cost $20,000 an hour just to talk to, and those guys come up with brilliant political strategies that no one can beat. And there's like a fixer. Like this isn't crazy to say that there's people behind the scenes that are worth ungodly amount of money to help political campaigns.
For
right?
sure, and a lot of it's probably
absolutely.
the network of people they know.
Sorry about that.
I know that's the case with a lot of pop singers, because I was watching this documentary on how there's a lot of pop singers who, like, it's all about the it's like a simple algorithm. You take a techno pop, you take a club song from 5 years ago, you water down the beat,
You sample it,
yeah, you sample it, and it's always a European club background from 5 years ago, and that's your basic formula for a pop song on the radio today. So, like, there's a entire industry of people who write lyrics for young girls or pop singers on their on the rise. And like one of the guys that they were talking about, he was like 58 years old, lived in Switzerland, and he had written songs for pop singers that had been in the top 10 for the last 20 something years.
Holy
and
fuck.
It's just a guy, and all he does is he just writes songs. And it was because he had ties to the decade I was watching was Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, and then a lot of the ones after those, because it all went back to the manager that fucked the Backstreet Boys. But that's how he knew that guy, so he could just crank out these boy bands year after year after year, because he already had the setup to, like, you get someone young and attractive, you get a boy group, you get a girl group, you have them make songs together occasionally. On the second album, it's like, oh my god, it's the big collab, and you're the manager for all the groups. Like, this guy ran the music industry for a decade.
Yeah,
and it was because he knew, like, these fixers of, like, I know someone who can sing but they can't write, and he's like, look, if you got enough money, I know a guy. And like the guy had like some insane rate, like a 90% success rate to get you on the top 10.
Wow, that's pretty sick.
So,
I mean,
it's pretty similar to like rap. So you got, I don't know if you
that's
guys
what
are
I was
familiar.
gonna say.
Like the City Girls, the one that are like, it's Young Miami and I came to run my sack up. Like they just like rap about pussy and shit, like shit that nobody wants to hear.
Yeah.
But so that one of their songs got like literally #1. Every single bitch in the world was singing the shit. Like, and Lil Yachty wrote that for them. Like every single part, he wrote the entire song for these girls, and they went #1.
Damn, is
Nickelback
it well
was that
known
way
that
too.
Lil Yachty did
Nickelback
that?
wrote a lot of songs during that time. Same
What'd
way.
you say?
I said Nickelback was the same way. Like a lot of the money that Nickelback has made has been from helping other bands, and that's one of the ways that they've made money is because they know the formula.
Sucks, cock.
Okay, but here's my argument: how do they sell so many albums if no one listens to them?
It's a meme.
Everyone listens to it.
Like,
Everyone knows Nickelback.
I don't know. I think the meme, enough people probably looked back into it because of the meme. I don't know. Maybe it's just like a weird.
Like, how many Nickelback songs do you know?
I think I probably know one from each album simply from being in public at Target or
There's probably
Walmart.
songs that I've heard before, but I don't recognize as being a Nickelback song.
Like, I feel like I know one Nickelback song, and it's the one that everybody knows.
Do you remember Lips of an Angel?
Yeah, that was not Nickelback.
No. Okay. But can we appreciate the point that that song was remixed for every single genre, including country? Like, whoever wrote that was a fucking genius, right?
I only know the original, so that's surprising.
Lips of an Angel?
Of an Angel.
Yeah, there was some country singer that remixed it. It's kind of like Old Town Road, where like everyone knew it because it was kind of between genres.
No, I got you.
Like, aren't those they're always the big hits, right? Like, even with rap, where it's like gangster rap's not going to be top 40, right?
Yeah,
but
not.
You get
it's only applied to certain people.
Yeah, but like everyone knows the breakout like Wet Ass Pussy because it's shocking
and it's
whatever.
disgusting.
But I'm saying, like, yeah, but like you wouldn't know it if it wasn't so crazy, but like everyone knew "Move Bitch" by Ludacris because it wasn't insanely gangster rap. It was kind of something a little bit more radio friendly somehow.
Move, bitch, get out the way. It's kind of gangster.
Move, bitch, get out the way.
That's I mean, like it was fun to sing. Like my own fucking mother knows that song.
Yeah. Okay, so I get what you're saying. It's like just feels
like
good.
I'm sure Lil Yachty knows that formula, right? Like Lil Yachty, I don't even listen to rap, but I know Lil Yachty,
right?
Because it's like it's not too aggressive. It's not so much rap that I'm like, Dad, I'm not gonna listen to that shit. Somehow,
and he mixes like with other genres too. So it's like it goes back to what you were saying about the in between genre thing. So it's like when they get like so you know who Juice WRLD is? Everyone knows who that is. He's already like. Yeah, he's already like an in-between artist. R.I.P. to my guy.
Dead, but yeah.
Yeah, but it's like he made a song with Marshmello, and that guy's like a super techno house or whatever.
Oh fuck yeah.
And that shit went so like it went off instantly just because like so many people know who Juice WRLD is, so many people know who Marshmello is, like so they just listen to it and then that shit hit #1 like within the day. So that's pretty crazy.
But look at okay, so what is off the top of your head, I hope you don't know the stat. What is a insanely high view count on YouTube? We'll say the last couple of years since monetization took place, okay? Because like here's an example. You know Evanescence, hang on. You know that song that everyone knows?
Yeah.
Evanescence. It's the Bring Me to Life.
Yeah,
okay?
Bring Me to Life. That's
so this was 10 years ago before monetization. That is 806 million views. My Immortal was 7
million.
Million.
Okay.
My Immortal was 703, and then everything else is like down from there. Okay? So, but that's 10 years ago before there was money. So what do you think is an insanely high view count for a Justin Bieber song?
Isn't he's broken 1 billion, hasn't he?
What's your guess?
Justin Bieber song, let's say. I don't know, because he's been out for more than 10 years
billion.
too, hasn't he?
Well, I'm saying, like, what's the highest viewed video that he's done?
Like, how many views is it?
Yeah, it's got to be Baby.
Like, well, that has the most yeah, it's got to have the most views because it has so many dislikes. I'm probably saying at least 1 billion.
3.3.
Holy
dude,
fuck.
that is
insane. Ridiculous.
5 years ago that was posted. So he got in when you were pulling what was it, like $1 per 100,000 before it went down to like 10 cents or whatever it is now.
Oh my gosh. They probably changed it because of that, especially for music.
Well, it's because of PewDiePie and him gamer words and shit like that. But like, okay, so I did Justin Bieber and then sorted by view count. 3.3 billion on one song. Nick's song, 2.3 billion. That was Baby when he was a little kid. But that was 10 years ago. So you probably didn't make a lot of money on YouTube, but that's back when people were buying CDs. So he did make money on albums.
Absolutely.
5 years ago,
dude, that's insane to even conceptualize.
So about the monetization thing, like so per view, like what are people getting per like view and like and shit? Like, well, I thought it was a penny.
Nowadays or 5 years ago?
Right now.
Oh, you get like 10 cents per 100,000.
What the fuck? That ain't shit.
But that goes back to like YouTube subs, right? So if this podcast got 100,000 views, we wouldn't get a lot of money, right? We don't have a lot of followers. But if I had 1 million followers and we pulled the same amount of views, we would get more money because you are higher rated within the YouTube algorithm because you're influencing more people, right?
I see what you're saying.
So Justin, that doesn't really apply to music that well, but like, so I'm looking at so the last 5 years, 3.3 billion, 2.1 billion, 1.4, and then 500 million, 1.5 billion, 1.1 billion,
God damn.
1 billion,
I
971.
think it's worth noting that like 1,000,000 seconds is 3 weeks, and 1,000,000,000 seconds is like 50 years.
Yeah, I thought it was like 36 years or something crazy.
Well, it's something ridiculous.
Yeah, it is insane.
So I mean, yeah. So I mean, I don't know how to figure out how much money he made on just those like 5 or 6 songs, because like that is such an insanely high number. He no shit probably made millions off YouTube after their cut.
Oh yeah, easily.
I mean, it would not surprise me if
You got to think about ad
it came
revenue.
out that he
Like
they take 40% on. No, they take 40% off donations. I don't know what they take for. Yeah, no, yeah. So yeah, back then he was pulling $1,000, you know. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, it's probably $40 million is what he made.
Holy
just off YouTube,
fuck.
not counting albums. All you had was guys,
God
just
damn,
not
you
counting
little
radio.
fucking singing fucking beautiful haired faggots out here making trillions off of YouTube.
They
That's
do have
insane.
beautiful hair.
Hey, you got to throw that in there, you know, because that's a fact.
They do work hard on it.
That's a staple, you know.
Holy
But
shit.
actually, guys, you know, it was very fun, but it is getting kind of late for me, so my shorty just arrived. I'm gonna have to pick this up with you boys next week.
Hell yeah, dude. Thanks for
You
coming
did good,
on.
bud.
Hey, it is no
It was good
problem.
talking to
I had a blast. You guys are very intelligent, and I gotta set my game up. But have a good night.
Yeah,
Not
hell
really.
yeah. We'll get you back on.
All right,
Peace.
later.
Someone else that was he was talking about Lil Yachty. Tekashi 6ix9ine was also posting a lot of information about contracts and how to buy your way to the top charts. Did you follow that when he got out of prison or jail?
Who did?
Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Oh, yeah. No, it doesn't surprise me though.
Yeah, because he was talking about how by record sales and views, which is what, because now they consider views, like so many views equal album sale. So that's how they do their algorithm for album sales as to who's in the top number 1 rated or number 2 on the charts, right?
Yeah.
Now this is for the Billboard chart, and he was showing like how easy it was to manipulate that chart, because like your contract is based on your Billboard position, right? And showing how he had more views than the number 1, and how that you can buy your position at some point. Once you get up to a certain level, you can buy your position.
Sure, man.
And
Money
at the
talks,
same time, yeah, and he's like, you know, like he had like at the current moment, at any moment you can look at album sales, right? Yeah. So he's looking at album sales at, let's say, 10 o'clock in the morning, and he has a separate piece of paper in his hand, and he goes, here's my paper that I got emailed to me by someone that I work with. And he goes, these are the numbers that are going to come out at 3 p.m. And I promise you, if I'm any bit off, I'll fucking eat my words. And he did that for a week straight, showing how he already knew the results before the records were actually sold, and how it was rigged, and how much it cost to buy album sales, quote unquote.
Yeah, I wonder. I bet that's like albums, a money laundering scheme.
Well, you're buying your way to number 1 to make a better.
Well, I mean, no, somebody's like
for your contract.
Yeah, somebody's like laundering money to buy some of those CDs somehow. You know what I mean? They're just like circulating it.
Well, yeah, because what you're doing is you're not buying albums with what you pay these people. You pay them, and they just increase the numbers. So you're paying someone to manipulate the market. And because of the way that the industry is set up, it is actually illegal to do that, because it is regulated similar to the stock market in a loose term, because it has to be so heavily controlled because of how much money's tied into this industry. And he was like, And I'm telling you right now, like, this is how people manipulate their contracts. If you want to walk into a meeting next week and say, I got a new album coming out, I've already got half of it done, I want a thing, and they say you never broke number 20, you can say, I can manipulate the market for 2 weeks to make my numbers look better, especially right after you release an album. Because if you release an album and then buy your views, basically, right? Like, that's how
Yeah.
I know it's buying views.
Well, and you
He's
can
like,
find
you can
people
do
that
all
can
of
game
this.
the algorithm and stuff.
Yeah, same thing. And he's like, it's all bullshit. Like, all of this is complete bullshit. He was like, everything, like, this entire industry is just based on how much do you want to pay to look successful. But then they turn around and, like, I stopped watching it, but then, like, 2 weeks later, it came out that he was buying views and he got caught, and they proved it, that someone else did, of how he was also gaming the system. So,
yeah, for sure.
And I don't know.
There's definitely ways to do it. I mean, they have whole, like, there's pictures where these people just have tons and tons of smartphones plugged in, and they're constantly on repeat playing, you know, Spotify. A lot of times it's for Spotify plays, and they're just it'll be like 60 phones all set up in a grid, and they're all playing the same song over and over again. Try and manipulate it, and there's Twitter bots that follow people and stuff.
I know the like the Indian. I forgot. I was listening to it this morning with the Raging Humanist. How he was talking about how someone got caught dumping money into rural India troll farms to manipulate Facebook groups.
Oh my
right
gosh!
Before the election, and how there was like good amount of evidence of, like, I forgot who it was, but they dumped like some like $2 million into a.
I wonder what kind of computers
local
they're
Indian
using.
community. $200 netbook off Walmart.com, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's gotta be some rudimentary shit.
Yeah, dude, all you gotta do is, I found one of those accounts that came across on my Twitter feed. It was a white girl who was pro-Trump, so like a MAGA account. It was started 2 months ago. It had fake followers, because you could tell by the interaction. And all she did was talking about how, her words, D-Live, but how, blacks deserve to get shot. If you came to her school, they would shoot you on sight. She cannot wait for the race war.
Jeez.
And someone doxed her.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But the person that doxed her, come to find out, the picture they were using was someone else, and that person was like, hey, what the fuck? Why? That's my account. Like, that's my picture. Here's my account. She stole my fucking pictures.
Oh, true, yeah.
And it's
damn, they followed your Twitter?
It's just some no, I came across all this.
Oh, okay.
No, I have those, what do I have? I always have those, like, thoughts that find me that they're, like, cryptocurrency thoughts. Where they're like, I have big tits and crypto's my thing, and I'm not happy unless I'm,
to the moon.
I don't know, it's just one of those hoes. Yeah, I always get those fucking whores.
I don't know, I've got some randos that I follow on there, and I'm like, I thought this was a satirical account, but now I think it's serious.
Yeah, there's one or two of those that you follow and you think it's a joke, and they make some pretty funny jokes, and then you realize they're the complete opposite of what you believe politically, and you're like, wait, damn it. But then other times, like, someone says something crazy, and then like a month later, after you've been radicalized, you're trying to find that account again, you're like, they were right about the blacks and the
Had
Jews.
some
Like,
good
oh,
ideas.
be my friend. And then you're like, oh god, they got banned. And then you have to go find them on their 5th account, And you're like, hey, did you win against the Jews? And they're like, no, still fighting. You're like, all right, brother. It's one of those things.
Yeah. You never can tell.
I do think that there's a lot of more feds than I think 4chan proved that, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, there's been a couple of times where, two agencies come together and they're both feds. Like, one is supposed to be selling drugs and one is supposed to be buying drugs. Or usually it's like guns or something. And there'll be like two different, like, undercover operators, like one from the ATF and one from the FBI or something like that.
Did you watch the video where the undercover cops busted the dope house that was undercover cops?
Yeah,
It was
it's
like
stuff
20
like that.
It was
Maybe
like 10
that's
cops
what it
ran
was.
in on 10 cops. Yeah, I can't remember.
But I'm sure that happens all the
remember.
time, but like it doesn't get publicized
This
so
is not
much.
on. Yeah, it's not on video. I can't remember what court case it was, but one of their evidence was they had posts from 4chan, and that was their evidence. And it wasn't until the evidence, like we heard about it on the board, and then, God, this was like 3 or 4 years ago. And so they printed off the post, right? And then you realize from the screenshots that they were the poster. That it wasn't a post. They took a screenshot of them saying something and someone replying to them.
Oh, it's like highlighted.
And that was their screenshot. Yes. And
Yeah.
that's when everyone was like, wait, you just released evidence that you have feds on, I can't remember what board it was. I'm going to assume K, Pol, or B. You know what I mean?
Yeah, probably. Or like, is there a firearm specific channel?
K.
I forget. K, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's K. K is weapons, O is automotive.
So. Oh, good shit. I haven't
Then
been
there's
on there in
cooking
a
and
while,
comics.
not since the election.
I legitimately I don't frequent there anymore.
It's pretty bad. It always was like you were just panning for gold. But
I think it's chasing the high that you get from a first time you've tried a drug. I've seen some amazing shit happen on that website. Some absolutely magnificent wins in ways you cannot describe unless you have read 13 threads to watch someone dunk on someone so hard that they literally quit the internet and shot their parents. Like, just a massive burn to someone, right? And then other times, you're like, I've been hitting refresh on this catalog for the last 3 weeks, and nothing's happened.
Yeah, coronavirus was an interesting time.
I've been off there for, hang on, 4, 5, 6 years.
Oh wow!
Like 6 years since
You're
I've
going
been
back
on
to the
full
golden
time.
days.
No, golden days before that.
Well,
but,
way before that, but still, like my golden days in terms of when I was using it mostly.
Because I got on. I stayed. I have to check the time frame. Because I remember when Moot quit, I really thought it was going to change. And then fast forward 2 months when the memes died. It's like, who? Oh, yeah, the guy that never talked to us. Fuck him. That guy. You know what I mean? But, like, I don't know. I mean, like, I always pop on any major holiday. I like to see the little Christmas hats. I'm a simple person. I like to see the little snowflakes and all the little bullshit that they do seasonally. I pop on anytime.
Seasonal 4chan poster.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the Christians. Like, those people go to church at Christmas and Easter. You know, you're just like, yeah, I'm twice a year.
I'm browsing 4chan. Oh, shit.
Yeah, but, like, Poll is like, I got back into it for Corona. I got back into it in January, February, full swing. And then I've not been on for the election.
It did kind of level off
whatever
after that.
Yeah, but see, I was with Medicare in December, so when things started coming out in December, it's like, this is going to be fucking airborne AIDS. This is going to level the planet. And then, nothing really happened.
I didn't think that necessarily, but I figured it was a possibility.
No, I mean, I gotta think that, but you'd be like, this has real, holy shit, like this has implications to do so much damage to the economy, to global trading, to everything. And then like it was just, I don't know, false videos, scare tactics, pick your
I
theory,
don't know
but
why.
it wasn't what I
maybe
thought
he
it was
was
gonna
just
be.
overreacting too.
Medgar?
Yeah.
Well, okay, but how do you explain the videos? Like, those videos are real.
Maybe it was a
Now,
psyop. Maybe that was a psyop though.
that's kind of what I'm getting at, is I think he got tricked, but so did most of the planet. So, good job, communists. You know what I mean?
Man, it would be
40 chess.
It would be really
40
sophisticated.
chess. How do you take
if
over
that's what
Taiwan?
It really was.
How do you take over Taiwan? Point and simple. You distract everyone. You take America off the board. How do you do that?
Oh,
You
that
break
is a
them.
good idea.
You divide them, and at the very end, you make sure, like, hey, guess what? You motherfuckers don't even know who's in charge. You're too busy trying to stop a race war and bring back your economy. I don't think you guys give a shit about Taiwan. I mean, that would be a pretty crazy theory,
wasn't
right?
the timing ridiculous as well? Like,
Yeah, because it was when they were, full fucking swing doing lasers into cops' eyes, and then, coincidence or not, I promise you they took advantage of it, and dissidents.
There was some kind of democratic thing going on. I thought I'll have to look into that, but
there was a vote. Yeah, there was a vote at the same fucking time, and there was 3 people that got drug out of the vote, kicking and screaming, and they drugged those motherfuckers out and did the vote without them. All this happened at the same time. But we will get this channel taken away from us if we're not careful.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. That's probably the least bannable shit that's been said, but that is okay. I wonder.
It's a crazy conspiracy theory.
I wonder if I appeal and I'm like, it's not me. I don't know.
I mean, like, it's coincidences are coincidences, but like, I don't know where we're getting at with this.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks like Trump lost the popular vote though. So you like, at least technically. So you wonder how much fraud. Could they do that much fraud? I mean, I certainly think it's possible. And
So
I think they would do it if it was.
I don't think that they did. Yeah, I think it goes back to, you can't fake millions, but you can fake a couple 100,000 in the states that matter, right? They found 100,000 votes, and what do they need to win right now to change it to get him 6 more delegates? Whatever that number is. Let's say it's 200,000, right? So if you only need 300,000 votes, in big picture, that's not that many.
Yeah, and it's all relative. I mean, they're hesitating to call places, ostensibly to, give Biden maybe more a lead. I'm not sure. I'm not too into politics, so it's hard for me to even speculate, but
I do think there was something there about discouraging voting in the evening when they were like, so-and-so already won the state, because I know the average person's going to say that doesn't apply to me, right? But if you could skim off
enough
2% of the people that weren't, I mean, like, it was, okay, 1%. If you skim off 1%, right?
Let me get something to drink real quick.
1% of the state of Georgia is, I'm not looking at the computer right now, but like, let's say it's 40,000 people, right? If you discourage 40,000 people in, 10 states, that's 400,000 people. That's literally what this vote came down to. And they knew it was going to be close. Trump should have won by a landslide, but 400,000 is the difference between a landslide and a majority, right? So if you just discourage early people on their way home from work, they're gonna say, "Fuck it, my state already turned blue. Fuck these motherfuckers. I'm going home. I gotta fucking get dinner for the kids. I gotta do homework. I ain't got time to stand in the fucking line for 30 minutes. Fuck this shit. Fuck this state. I don't want to think about it." You get enough of those people, it matters. Did you die? Am I podcasting by myself here? No. I lost my co-host. Flo.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Starting
My
to
voice
get nervous.
is super deep right now because I haven't drinking any
Starting to
water.
get nervous. I was gonna start fucking
Sound like ice
screaming
beside
fucking
me.
obscenities. Oh, did you watch the Bait Alaska? I Love Cocaine.
No.
Okay, so you do know that there's multiple people on meth on this trip, right?
I mean, yeah, I don't know if is it just like out in the
I can think
open?
of 3. No, that's the thing. No,
Yeah,
it's not.
so like I mean they're keeping it concealed, but I mean it's pretty clear. They're like you can't drink that much without doing like another drug, you know.
Raging alcoholics that are 24 years old that are just fucking screaming all day. I mean, I don't know, fucking frat boy life.
Yeah,
They probably
maybe.
could, but there's 2 or 3 people I can think of that I've watched, that you're just like, dude, you're on something. You are wilding the fuck out. Your behavior is completely erratic. One guy was losing his fucking shit when he was driving the fucking RV and was all over the goddamn road and brake checking every time someone stood up in the RV. He would slam on the brakes just because he was in a pissy fucking mood. And you're like, yeah, this guy's been driving in the middle of the night for 10 hours. I'm sure there's no drugs involved.
Yeah, I know, especially to drive. That's like something that amphetamines will really assist in.
Yeah, I mean,
until they don't, and then you could very easily just kill yourself.
Yeah, they're young, and young people don't die if you ask them, so I'm sure they think that they can't die, so sure they're
What
fine.
day are they on now?
Hold up, I'll tell you. Because I just watched the update. I watched it today on the way home. Episode 25, day 19. So, day 19.
Okay.
So, I got a theory. So, randomly, you will have a handful of the same people, and it's always similar, that they'll say, I'm going to go do stuff for the day and then leave, right? Now, I don't follow all these guys' streams, but I do know that sometimes in the highlights, they're like, so-and-so's not been answering his phone, he's not streaming, he said he'd be back in like 8 hours, whatever, and then he shows back up, fucked up with some girl that he found. My theory is, not only do they can't show drug use, but how do you acquire drugs when you're driving across the United States? Because I promise you, Bait Alaska did not bring a whole kilo of cocaine on that RV. I don't see it.
You think they were boofing?
Not with them. I think that whenever you see someone leave the RV to go do errands and they're not streaming, my theory is that's them getting stuff. They'll say, hey, they know, because like, how do they always find streamers that are nearby? I mean, like, that's the RV trip, right? You pull up in Vegas, you pick up a streamer, he rides with you for a couple states and gets back off, right? So obviously they're talking to all these people, and none of these are really well-known people, and all of them have the same kind of
sifty
vibe,
behavior,
as it were. Yeah, I think they're just talking to people saying, hey, can you hook me up? I need 100 of coke.
they're skulking.
Rampant
That's what
weed
criminals
use.
do.
Yeah,
they
so,
skulk.
Hey, now, take offense to that.
Have you ever seen War on Everyone?
No, what is that?
It's an awesome movie. We'll have to watch it. We should watch it on stream. It's one of my favorites, but there's so many like good little quotes from that movie. It's these 2 cops, and they're like fucking. They're they're breaking the law like all the time, but they're solving crimes. And there's this one type. He's like, they're looking for this guy, and he goes, "This is what these look. He's probably around here skulking. That's what those criminal types do. They skulk." And I just think it was so funny how they said that.
One sec. Go
Yeah,
on.
they're like
What movie
they're doing.
would you want to watch?
They're doing. It's called War on Everyone, I think. They're doing cocaine in a bathroom, and like there's a police siren, and they're like, "Huh, it's the cops!" And they're looking at each other, and they're like, "We're the cops. I almost forgot." It's so funny.
That's cool.
It's just a really well-made movie too. Like the writing is pretty interesting in it.
When was it made?
Probably like 2016 or something like that. We'll have to do it on Entropy or something. I'll have to figure that out.
So, how do you? So I'm kind of iffy on watching these because, like, I'm gonna go to bed in a little bit. But
Not right now.
no, not now. But like, I have fun with the YouTube clips, and that's why we didn't really get to them. But we had a guest tonight. But like, I try to keep them short, and I try to have things queued up to where it's like, I want you to start it at this timestamp and stop it 45 seconds later. That's most of what you need for that clip.
We haven't done one of those in a while.
No, and that's why I've not been searching too much. I got 30-something videos ready to go, so I'm like, that I'm good. They're irrelevant as far as timing. It's just crazy shit. But with movies, it's like, it's that kind of weird thing to where it's like, you don't want to pause the movie to talk about it, but you don't want to talk over it so much. But like, I don't know. Like, what's your view on that?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't like talk over dialogue necessarily. And I know I would probably struggle with not being like, "Oh, wait until you see what comes up next," like some gay shit like that. But I wouldn't, but it would be like, something to also not do. But no, just like I like reactions, but I wouldn't go crazy. It was like when we did the debates, people were talking a little bit too much.
Yeah, see, yeah, because like,
so like definitely
I went
less than
back
that.
and rewatched part of the debate for the stuff I missed.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember.
Have you ever seen Hollywood Bibble?
No, I haven't.
He does really good
on
with
to
that.
do that after that.
He still does them, but they're only on Entropy Stream. You have to like make a fake Twitch account and then do it through Entropy or something. I don't know. But
and see, that's my okay. So, I need to. But okay, so here's the idea. I know I love the movie Dread. Absolutely fucking love that movie. It's visually fucking perfection in a way.
Like the new one?
Yeah, the new one.
Yeah, it is.
And then the plot's fucking amazing. Okay, so I have a theory. So it's a good movie to watch with someone because you can talk over the action and it's still just as beautiful, right?
Yeah, it's more visual.
So,
that movie, I think.
In the theme of science, was that Science Movie Theater 3000, where they would show the bad movies and laugh at it? Okay.
Yeah.
Have you heard of a movie that is visually beautiful it is a great movie on mute? And the second those motherfuckers start talking, you're like, this is absolutely dog shit. You wrote this script on a napkin.
Maybe like there will be
Jupiter
blood
Ascending.
Jupiter Ascending.
It had Channing Tatum.
I've seen that movie, yeah, with Mila Kunis.
Okay. I really think that movie was
really nice.
Fucking awesome. And it was absolutely fucking terrible. He was like, I'm fucking my sister and I want to rule the galaxy.
Yeah,
and then Channing Tatum was like,
odd.
I have wolf ears. And you're like, you took the guy in Magic Mike and put wolf ears on him? And the other girl's like, I can clean toilets. I can talk to bees. I'm still a maid.
I can't
The
even
end.
remember.
And you're like what
anything
the fuck just
about
happened?
that movie. That's how bad it was. I must have blocked it, but I can't remember the plot or a line. I do remember like a lot of
the plot. That's
a
it.
lot of
Yep.
orange, in things, but that's about it.
See, I forgot the orange, but I'm looking at the screenshots right now, and I was like, oh yeah, this fucking orange ass movie. So that
There's
would
a
be
lot of
fun to
orange.
talk, right? Because we can make fun of it, but it's very pretty.
That's true.
Because I mean, that's something we could have on a couple people if you wanted to, and just laugh at it.
And would you want to you wouldn't want to watch it on mute though, right?
No, like we would
Okay,
watch
cool,
it, but I'm
yeah.
saying, but that's the concept is like if we talk over it, it doesn't ruin the movie because it's visually.
That's
pleasing,
true. That's kind of what
and we
Bible's
can make
been
fun
doing
of the shitty dialogue.
with like he's been watching horror movies, so you can talk over those pretty much all you want.
We could do something like Evil Dead. The new one was really fucking good.
think I want to say Adawolf did that one time.
See, I like Adawolf, but like I only have so much fucking time.
I know. I
So-
know how you feel. I catch a show on Fridays, Foilcast, but that's about it.
So, Raging Humanist, that's my go-to. That's been my go-to for quite a while now. So, on mobile, okay, what do you think 3 hours of a D-Live stream, how much data do you think that
Oh
uses?
man.
Because
'cause when
I
you're on this-
legitimately had no idea.
When you're on the stream, it does the source video quality. So if his source is set real high, that could be insane.
But,
I don't know what is
Yeah,
it.
because on mobile you can't change this shit.
Yeah, not when
So-
it's live. I don't think you can do it. Oh, maybe you can do it on PC.
I don't know how to. So
I know you can on playback. I don't know if you can do it on live. But in any case, how much data?
So hang on. It is 26. It used 4.8 gigabytes
Whoa,
for a 3-hour stream.
that is too much.
With a 50 gigabyte plan, yeah.
Oh,
Because like
man.
I kept because like in 1 month I blew like 190 gigs, and I was like I didn't download anything. Like,
Oh man,
it's-
yeah, I probably got you beat there though.
well, I mean, yeah, because like I do Wi-Fi at the house, but like when I'm riding around listening to podcasts, like I don't listen to Rogan that much anymore. Not since I got pissed off.
So my
like
current data
almost
period.
everything's D-Live.
You want to take a guess at my current data period?
Hold up, how many days
This
has it been?
we're coming up on the end. Probably like one more week.
So I'll say, well, it's not fair. I don't know what you do all day. You just like you listen to podcasts?
Yeah, I do listen to podcasts. Apparently, I use Chrome a shit ton.
Yeah. Fuck, you're beating me. I'd say like 400 gigs, right? No, okay, so 328.
Close, 292. And I got a week to go, so probably maybe it'll
Yeah.
get that close to there. I don't know, but I have my number one is YouTube, and then the number two is Chrome, and then the number three is podcasts. And Chrome and podcasts are both like 40 gigs.
So I did 31 point. Okay, so it was 4.8 gigs for a 3-hour stream on D-Live. Okay, for 2 hours on YouTube. Now with YouTube, so I'm gonna go back with D-Live. I figured out if I have my screen turned off and I'm listening to it, and I turn my screen on real quick, it already has the video ready. So what it's doing is it's downloading the video, even though I'm not watching it. It already has the data there. But with YouTube, it doesn't do that, right? So for 2 hours of YouTube with the screen on maybe 60% of the time. I had the screen on. Sometime I didn't. Other times I did, or it was like minimized. So what basically wasn't, according to the phone, it was less. It was like 1.6 gigs for a 2-hour podcast on YouTube.
Yeah, that's almost a quarter or a third.
Yeah, that is so crazy how different that is.
Well, when you switch your phone off on YouTube, I wonder if it switches over to audio only until you turn it back on.
It does. Yeah, it does.
I mean, but even like conceptually.
Yeah, because if I'm in the country, where I have the best service, I can it'll like turn your screen on to the lock screen. It'll show I have, preloaded like 10 minutes of audio, right? But as soon as I turn it on, it'll just lose all of it, and I'll just be buffering for 30 seconds trying to load it, and it's loading the video at like 240p.
Damn,
so
that's crazy. Yeah, it has to be then.
Yeah, but with D-Locks on, and by the way, so you can't turn your screen off on the app, but if you watch it on the browser, if you full screen it as a video and then hit play, turn your screen off on iOS, and then go to your lock screen, you can hit play on your lock screen.
Yeah, I've done that before. You just can't pause it. But you have to start it over, but...
Yeah, well, no, not on the browser.
Oh, well, maybe
Chrome.
It keeps you... I can't remember.
Yeah, on Chrome, it'll keep it, but with the app, every time you pause that fucking thing to take a phone call, when you go back to it, it's like, let's start at all zeros. And you're like, I have no idea where the fuck I was, and I was listening to a 4-hour stream.
Yeah, a long
and you're like,
thing.
God damn it. And like, you gotta pull it down, and then with some people, when they do replays, I'll get a phone call, so it'll stop it on the app, right? And then I'll hang up hang up the phone call, and it will start the replay on the home screen and also at the same time the episode I'm listening to. So it's dual streaming 2 episodes at the same time through the app.
That's crazy.
On iOS through the app. DLive is just, the app is just not fucking set up.
No, I mean the search function doesn't even work. But it's okay. They're working on it. Their live streaming is at least consistent. That's the primary
Dude, I didn't
function.
realize how, like, Fuentes had, I forgot how many people he had, but he had like 30,000 lemons, and he is one of the top viewed channels on DLive.
Yeah, I think
but then, like,
Rage
pulled like 100,000 the other day. And he had like 20% of the people there.
Damn, 100K lemons. That's pretty intense.
He's in the top. He's consecutively in the top 10, but he's not in the top 10 overall. So I think if he can normally pull 1,000 people per stream, he should be in the top 10 earners and viewers for DLive overall. So that should happen within the next couple of months for him.
Congrats, Nick. He certainly...
Oh, that was cool. No, not Nick. Raging Humanist.
Oh, Raging Humanist? I'm sorry.
No.
I zoned out there for a second.
No, Nick. No, but see, Nick's one of the most viewed people on DLive. He just doesn't pull in the lemons. He just, people are donating like $5 to him and $7 to him on the Nick Fuentes stream. But you switch over to Raging Humanist, it is just ninja-guineas and fucking diamonds by the goddamn handful.
Hell yeah.
Just like back to back to back to back to back fucking diamonds. And you're just like, God fucking damn it, man.
I called into the kill stream on, it must have been Wednesday, in the middle of the day. And, he was in there. He called in too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
He was on he's on Adam Green today.
Fuck yeah, he's making the rounds. That's pretty cool.
Adam
I like
Green's
him.
pretty fucking basic.
I gotta watch more Raging Humanist though, because so many people that I know that I like him. I gotta look into it.
He's I agree with it. if you agree with Ralph, let's talk like ICP, Ethan Wealth. If you agree
Oh my
politically
god, I
with
forgot
Ralph,
about that.
dude, were you aware that ICP had a goddamn podcast?
No? Did they talk about Ethan on that podcast? There was the cameo.
No.
You remember the cameo,
Yeah, that was
right?
cameo. Yeah, but they had so you know Tom Segura.
Yeah.
So you know Your Mom's House, okay? Do you watch Your Mom's House, or did you used to watch it like 6 months ago?
No, I've never really watched it. I've seen clips.
Okay, so one of the tropes was they found a guy who loved getting high on meth, and he'd say he'd get off in 4 strokes. And someone sent a chat to, I guess it's Shaggy Two Dope, or one of the guys from ICP is on the podcast, and then they have a co-host who doesn't wear face makeup. By the way, every goddamn episode, this motherfucker has full fucking face makeup.
Oh my gosh.
Just to paint a picture for you. So there's one guy in full fucking face makeup, and the other guy is jeans and a t-shirt and looks normal. And they are talking about taco trucks. And you're like, this is behind the scenes of every musician, and I wish I never knew the musicians that I liked or didn't like. If you like someone, I don't want to know what Tommy Lee Jones does off stage. I'm scared he eats vegetables and drinks water. I don't want, Tommy Lee to eat his vegetables. I want him to drink Jack, snort coke, and just fucking bang hookers all day, right?
That's probably
Like,
what he's actually
rock
doing,
fucking
though.
hard. He has a big fucking cock that can steer a boat. You goddamn right he does.
He's got that
But,
rudder, son.
like, yeah, but like ICP is talking about like what they had for lunch and shit, and you're just like, you're too human. Just stop. Go back to chicken hunting and fucking fat bitches behind a trailer park. Like, that's fun. You know what I mean?
That's what their brand is.
One of the
Stick to your
fuck
brand.
yeah. So one of the fans from Your Mom's House sent in some like super chat or whatever it was, and it was like, Tom Segura says, hey, 4 strokes for your boy and keep him high and tight, mommies. And he was like, I have no idea what the fuck this guy said to me. So it was like the funniest clip to watch. Him not understand all the tropes from another podcast, and then they sent it to Your Mom's House, and they were laughing their fucking ass off that ICP is confused about 4 strokes and meth and all this crazy shit that they do on their podcast. And you're like, in that moment, you realize ICP isn't that edgy, but 2 middle-aged comedians with 2 kids are edgier than ICP.
They are. I mean, well, they had Fed Smoker on their fucking their show.
I did not know that because I took a break from Your Mom's House, and then I watched the Kiwi Farms Fed Smoker. Right, I went down that whole rabbit hole for 3 days at work. I watched hours and hours and hours of Fed Smoker. Right, I was having the time of my fucking life at work. Right, and then I started getting back into Your
Tell
Mom's
him to
House
clean out
like
his
a
desk.
month later. And like a month later, I'm watching Your Mom's House, and Tom bites his jaws together. He's like, goddamn piggy Rachel. And I was like, the fuck? And I was like, do you guys know Fed Smoker? So I Googled it, and like they did a whole Fed Smoker like saga. And I was like, god damn it. I took like a couple months off Your Mom's House, and they did the whole Fed Smoker thing.
Oh man, the universe it had to get Fed Smoker to you somehow. I'm glad it was me. But yeah,
dude, like I fucking love that shit.
You were gonna, if you would have stuck with that, or if you would done this show, one of the ways, you would have found out the gospel of Fed Smoker.
I don't think I would have if it wasn't for you, because from me finding weird stuff on YouTube, I got back into Your Mom's House, because like I got into other podcasts, and it just kind of went on the back burner, and like I'm real bad if I fall out of habit of doing something for a week, I just completely forget about it, and it's dead to me for years.
Well, yeah, it's different if they do like a daily thing, that's hard. It's hard to listen to more than one daily podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I usually rotate between older episodes of a show I like, and then watching I'll watch the new ones if they come out weekly. But then, you know, my daily is the kill stream, obviously.
And see, like I mean, like if I get out of rotation of a podcast, I just don't. But like the other thing is like at around that time, I was working in an area that didn't have real good cell connection, so at night I would download a bunch of stuff till I would watch stuff while I was driving, and then when I was working I would listen to stuff. But like it's kind of hard to watch, or it's kind of hard to listen to your mom's house, so I just didn't download them, because it's like it's one of those things you kind of want to watch because you gotta watch the video clip.
Yeah.
Because if you're working, you gotta like pull your phone out, unlock
Real pain
the
in the
screen,
ass. I know
go
what you're
back
talking
10
about.
seconds. Yeah, and you're like, wait, what are they talking about? And then you watch the 10-second clip and you put it back in your pocket. But like, I just was like, fuck this. I'm just gonna listen to Rogan or, you know, Joey Diaz, and I'm just happy. So like, and then I got into Killstream, and then like he was beefing with Josh. So me being the Killstream crew, I was like, fuck that bent dick bitch. So I just
Josh?
didn't care about Kiwi Farm. Yeah.
Oh,
So I would have never gone down the locale episodes he did if it wasn't for you saying,
oh man, and
hey,
those are
have you heard of this
insane.
crazy motherfucker called Fed Smoker? And I'm like, no, because I knew a lot of the other people you rattled off.
Rest
I
in
just never heard of
peace.
Fed Smoker. I tapped my chest and bowed my head. But yeah, I
Tell
just
him he's
would have never found
fired.
him.
Tell him to clean out his desk. Why don't you
It's
tell
so
him he's
weird that
fired?
motherfucker's dead.
I don't want to have to stamp his forehead with the baby raper stamp. Oh my god. I love it. I love how, like, he's just like...
Can we do a
there's
baby
something
raper
where
sticker?
he's like, if I can figure out how to do stickers, of course.
I don't know. I'll do. I accidentally did clips the other day on
I
Raging
love how
Humanist,
he's like,
so.
he's recording with a camera and a microphone to these cops one time. That's fucking classic. I'm
Once
always
I
on
figured
record.
out his
I'm always
recording
on
setup,
record.
you realize how fucking batshit insane it is that he is sitting there with a microphone, video sunglasses, and a camcorder in his hand, and like I'm bad about
the
like
camera
watching
glasses.
the video. Yeah, like I watch a video on my phone and I just forget of how, if it's not obvious it's on a selfie stick, in my head I forget. Like I don't think that it's POV, but like I just don't think about how it's being filmed. But Baby
Right.
Raper or Fed Smoker is one of those things where you're like, holy shit, this guy's wearing some big ass glasses with a microphone clipped to his
Imagine
shirt,
what he
and
fucking
he's holding
looks
a,
like.
yeah, and you're like, and he's holding a handheld camera. You're like, imagine walking up
Sorry
to
to
this
vape
guy.
cat.
I've been vaping, so.
Yeah, but I don't ever
But
hear
I
it
was
on
like-
your mic, so.
You don't hear that? I've been chain vaping for like fucking 30 minutes.
No, you're good at muting, apparently.
Fuck yeah. But yeah,
My mic's
he was
also
like,
a lot more
that
sensitive
looks
to the stream.
fucking. Yeah, but you figured out that I moved 2 episodes ago from one side of the room to the other because of the ceiling fan. Like, figure that shit out. You don't know I'm vaping, but you can hear the ceiling fan.
That was a weird thing, though. That hasn't happened before or since. That must have been like a freak vortex or something.
Because I'm never on the right side of the desk.
Wow,
I'm always on the left
vortexes.
side of the desk.
Coming out of nowhere.
Yeah, I'm on the left side, never the right side of the desk. I just moved to this other side of the desk because I got bored of sitting a certain way.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like,
I
what the
feel you
fuck
on
is that
one.
noise? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm like 2 feet away from a ceiling fan. I don't know. You didn't hear it on the other side of the fucking desk.
That's
But,
crazy.
like-
You got that
like,
bitch on
people
full
recording.
blast.
I don't fuck with the settings. I don't know. Oh yeah, the fan.
Are you a full blast
They
fan
on
kind of
medium.
man?
If it's a nice fan, yes, but I don't want to hear the goddamn thing.
Yeah, if the
So-
fan makes any noise at all other than the sweet sound of air movement, get it out of here.
Yeah.
I don't want clicks. I don't want squeaks. If the chain taps against the light fixture part, fucking forget about it. Rip the bitch down.
No, all my fans have shortened chains. I don't fucking do. I will fix it as much as I can. Like, no, but like a nice fan, like the one that I installed in the bedroom 2 months ago. I think it was like $200, and it's a completely silent motor. And like, as long as you don't just shove it in the ceiling, as long as you look at the box that's attached to your beams, and you're like, hey, is this stable? Do I need to change the hardware?
Yeah, that's
did the
pretty
person
standard.
before me do a shitty job at this? Like, I don't know. Like, if you've never changed that ceiling fan before, you don't know what it looks like in the ceiling. Like,
go ahead and whip a
all
double
that stuff.
check. Yeah, might as well. Now let me ask you this: did you turn off the power to the breaker?
Yeah, because I've been, when I was a kid, I was like 16, and I was high as fuck in my Astro van. The van was running because the air conditioning was on because it was summer and we were smoking, and we decided to run the wires for the subs in the back. So we installed them into the back of the van, opened the hood, and I got fucking electrocuted.
Oh, shit.
Because I didn't turn the van off, because we ran the wires, tucked them underneath the dash and everything, ran it through the firewall, and went to connect that motherfucker, and I goddamn almost shit myself.
Oh, man. You got hit with that voltage, son.
So, yeah, like, I'm not a fan of electricity. So, like, anytime I do anything in a house, because
all it takes is for someone to flip that switch.
Yeah, I'm okay at wiring, like, basic stuff, like running, like, light bars on vehicles and, like, stuff like that. But, like, I'm not. Like, it's always like, is it turned off? Is everything disconnected on the vehicle? Like, I will, if I'm working on the alternator, I will take the ground off the battery. Like, I know some people don't, some people do. I will. I've never been shocked off an alternator, but, like, you can do it. But, like, starters is the same way. Like, I've known people that didn't, and I'm like, I don't know. I mean, haven't been shocked.
Yeah,
but,
you
like,
just, as long as you're holding,
as
long as only one wire is exposed at a time, you should be fine. But yeah, and that's only if they flip the switch on. But it's best to be safe. I'm just curious. Some people don't ever do that. They're like, fuck it.
No, there was a guy that used to work for me that he was 240, 260. I'd say closer to 260. He was like 5'8", 5'10", something like that. And he was working in a house, and was wiring up the fucking box for the fucking breaker when they were building the house. And they said he asked his boss if he turned it off, and I guess someone turned it on to do something, and he didn't know it was on, and it put him through across the room and through the drywall. And I was like, yeah, fuck that, dude. Fuck that shit. And I was like, you always see those stupid OSHA videos, but you're like, that's never going to happen to me. I'm not that stupid. I'm not going to walk underneath a D-Series dozer and be like, can he see me? Fuck it. I'm just going to walk in front of it. Like, like, no one's that stupid, right? But, like, I don't know. I sound like electricity. Like,
hey, they got a hard hat on. They'll be fine.
Yeah, right. No, fuck that. I always cut the whole breaker to the fucking house. If I'm doing, like, one little simple thing, I'm like, cut that goddamn breaker. Like, I don't
shut her down.
Fuck that shit.
Yep, I mean, if you're on, like, a site, you gotta use one of those lockout tags or whatever. Just because I'm not, like you were saying, it's not your stupidity that you have to worry about. It's others, so.
Kind of like driving. Like, it's not you or the person next to you. It's like, I don't know, the person 3 cars up that's putting on mascara that accidentally brakes too late and then locks up the whole line of cars behind them, and next thing you know, the car next to you swerves, get away to this traffic, and just sideswipes your fucking car simply because they didn't want to brake. You know what I mean? and you're just sitting there like, I had my hands at 10 and 2. I didn't do anything.
Yeah, you're like, this sounds oddly specific.
Yeah.
Right
I didn't
on.
get sideswiped, but yeah, it was a thing.
It could very easily happen.
So have you do you know the OSHA videos, like all those like really terrible videos that they make you watch?
No, actually, we're a very unsafe bunch.
No, but have you ever had a corporate job like the corporate videos of like fast food where they're like,
Oh,
don't
for
put
sure.
water
Yeah.
into the hot grease, like that's how you kill people. Like,
Well, dude,
so
you know, I see people do it all the time, but yeah, I've seen so many videos of like fast food workers trying to put out a grease fire, and it sets like the entire room on fire.
oh fuck yeah, I like those. There's a video. It's called "Shake Hands with Danger." It's from 19.
I have seen that.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. It's 23 minutes long.
Those
and
are horrible.
I love that the old videos because the guy, it's just like the old trucks and like the boss is wearing a hard hat inside the truck, you know, with a bent seat, and like the guy picks up the back of the truck by accident with a caterpillar, and you're like, this is so fucking awesome, man. Like, you're really gonna tell me that boss
it's like
didn't
hyper
have
violent, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that like people's hands get stuck in the machinery and shit. Oh, it's gross.
Yeah, it's like old school. It shows someone like missing hands and shit. You're like, what the fuck? This is amazing.
Damn, I might have to peruse that again tonight.
I'm fixing to jump off. I put it in the
yeah,
Discord.
me too. Sorry, I've been distracted. I'm trying to, fucker was fed posting like crazy. So
right.
Did a little housekeeping. I'll take care of the rest tomorrow. But yeah, it's definitely time to get the BitChute updated and not be so reliant on YouTube, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Would it be like a good place to archive stuff, or are you wanting just to not do stuff on YouTube at all?
I'll do stuff.
Because I can tell you, I don't. Unless your friend is black and gay, I don't know if this is YouTube friendly.
Oh, none of it is. I'm not worried
this
about
episode.
that.
I didn't say it this episode. Most of the time, I say it.
He
don't
is
think
black
I said
and
this
gay
episode.
and also 14. Fucking A. But yeah, I'm not gonna. I don't know if. I think he said it again. I'll probably just take this whole thing off YouTube until I figure out the situation. But most of our traction comes from D-Live, so shout out to the D-Live viewers. El Cipo in chat, just whipping up a storm.
Yeah, I've been neglecting it, my bad.
No, it's all right. Shout out to Rabbi Shekels and Adel for the hosts. Adewolf, go follow them. Let me see what else. We'll just double check. Do a little double check. Oh, Mountain Walk donated an ice cream. Thanks for the ice cream. Did you answer the Pokemon question?
What?
What's your favorite Pokemon?
Me?
Yeah, that was after you left during election night.
Oh, probably Raichu.
Raichu, that's a good. No one said that. Someone said Blaziken. Someone said Hitmonlee.
Yeah.
I said Alakazam, and then later Machamp. I like him too.
I wonder how many people looked at Alakazam and was like, I want to do magic when I grow up. Like, how many kids were like buying...
Mountain Walk's never heard that before. He asked people far and wide, and he's never gotten a Raichu.
Really? I don't know. Like, like every kid, you grow up watching Pikachu, and then you're like, he's pretty cool. Like, Ash's Pikachu is very different than the other one, but
he's special.
That's always been weird to me. It's like, how did this creature become so much more sentient than the other ones? Like, I don't think that's addressed, has it?
No, that's true. I never thought about it. I only know
what I watched as a kid. I only know Pokemon. Like, I didn't do Fire and Ice, Red and Blue.
I
Family member of mine did, but I did not.
Yeah,
so.
I think I had Silver was the first one I played a lot. And then another one that I played a lot was Ruby. And I think I
was always
Ruby
the TV show
Sapphire.
more than the game. Like I never spent time on the game.
It's funny. Some
like,
people is the
Digimon.
show, some people is the game, and then some people like the TCG. Mountain Walk says
So
the reason
did
why
you go
Pikachu's so
from-
sentient is fucking magic.
No, like the cards are. No, I collected the cards. But
I did
collected
too.
the
I didn't play
cards.
the game, but I had a binder.
Oh no, I never played the fucking game, but like collected them. I did the same thing with. Oh, this is aging me, but there was a Marvel card game, and it was similar to Pokemon.
They've had those for forever.
Yeah, this is early. No, this is mid '90s. So
Those are pretty high quality though, like the art and stuff.
yes, but see, like I didn't do any of that when I got older. But then when I was 2010, no, this is 2020, 2014, around that time, I got really into Magic. Never played it, just collected them because I just loved the fucking art. So like I would spend time seeking out certain cards for my collection. And I was buying cards and shipping them to my house that were like $1. But like it's just like I just like the way it fucking looks. And then others were expensive, but then on the other side it's like I just liked them because of how they look, you know. Just transferred over from the Pokemon cards as a kid, I guess. But I went from Pokemon to Digimon. Because, like, I was like, oh, this is like Pokemon, but, like, more violent. Then you get, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! And you're like, this is, like, ultra violent compared to Pokemon, you know?
Yeah, I feel you on that. For sure, when it comes to art, Magic the Gathering is top tier. Some of that art is so fucking nice to look at.
Yeah, and then, like, especially if you find, like, old cards, like, early generations, right? And the card was old. When you get that, you're like, oh, this is so fucking cool. The way it's, like, you know, coming apart on the edge and shit. You're like, all right, this is cool as fuck, man. Like, I don't want to just...
Yeah, and it'd be, like about
I
25 damn years old at this point. Probably 25, 30 years old, you know. So when was the first one? Wasn't it like 92 or some shit?
Yeah, I remember Wizards of the West Coast or
Wizards of the Coast, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. God, I remember those, and I remember that was like, God, it was a mid-90s,
93, I was
right?
close.
Yeah, like it seemed like it's fucking forever. Because I remember like figuring out what comics were worth in similar magazines. We'd be like, oh, I got this comic, and you'd be like trading it at school and shit, you know?
That's cool.
Like I did. All right, I'm going to bed.
All right, bro. Thanks for hopping on. Take it easy.
All right, I'll get you later on. Have a good one, chap.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's the show. Oh, I'm gonna have to edit this one, everybody. Pray for my YouTube channel, please. Please. Get some help. All right. Let's see. We'll do a song. This one's from Mountain Walk.
When a pit bull sees a baby, well, it doesn't see a kid. It sees a nice pork chop in a big old rack of ribs. It sees some drumstick legs and some tiny hot dog toes. It sees some chicken wings and a cute beef jerky nose. When a pit bull says what's shaking, well, it doesn't mean what's up. 'Cause the only shaking that a pit bull knows is left, right, down, and up. And when a pit bull asks you for a treat, it ain't talking about kibbles and bits. The pit bull wants a treat is in your child's ears and lips. If the song Who Let the Dogs Out was a song about some pits, well, it wouldn't be that fun of a song, 'cause everyone would be scared as shit. And there was just a shark attack, but it isn't what you think. A pit bull killed a bunch of baby sharks inside their tank. 'Cause when a pit bull sees a baby, well, it doesn't see a kid. It sees a nice pork chop in a big old rack of ribs. It sees some drumstick legs and some tiny hot dog toes. It sees some chicken wings and a cute beef jerky nose. And if you're listening to this song, well, you might think it's a diss, but I actually love pit bulls 'cause of how much I hate kids. So I say pit bulls in every home, pit bulls in every school, and every single student could be used as pit bull food. A pit bull thought I was a kid and I almost got 8, so I had to show him my ID to prove I wasn't in 5th grade. And the only reason I wrote this song was as a PSA, so I could let these pit bulls know that I'm of drinking age. 'Cause when a pit bull sees a baby, well, it doesn't see a kid. It sees a nice pork chop in a big old rack of ribs. It sees some drumstick legs and some tiny hot dog toes. It sees some chicken wings and a cute beef jerky nose. God bless the pit bull.